Good morning, church family, and happy Tuesday. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you're up and at 'em today. I'm sure many of you stayed up and watched our Georgia Bulldogs get it done last night. And so, hey, there's a good thing about a game being a blowout like that. It was over at 11 o'clock instead of 1 o'clock in the morning. But anyways, moving on. I want to make this video quick and to the point today. This week's a big week in the life of our church. As many of you know, our prospective music minister, Dr. Brian McDonald, will be here tomorrow night, and then he will be here Sunday. And so I want to run through that with you very quick. I want to ask you to be praying for Brian. Many of you do not know him. I have been getting to know him more and more over the past couple of weeks. And in fact, Marianne Braylon and I are having dinner with he and his wife tonight. And so we're getting to know him and super people. But Brian's mother died this past Sunday morning, about the time we were having church. And that was a very unexpected thing in his life. And so I ask you to hold him up in your prayers. She lives out of state, and so Brian is traveling a lot this week. Her memorial service is going to be Saturday, and as soon as it's over, he's going to have to jump in a car and drive many hours to be here on Sunday morning. And so be praying for him, number one. Number two, let me give you a rundown on what the week looks like. Tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. is when we will begin. Choir members, we are asking you to be here, to be in the choir loft and ready for choir practice at 6:30. This whole night's going to kind of be an open format night. But Brian will conduct a 45-minute choir practice beginning at 6:30. Choir, you will be practicing the songs he intends to sing this coming Sunday, and he's certainly looking forward to you guys being in the choir loft and working with him. And so it's 6:30. That'll happen. 45 minutes later, 7:15, we will transition to a Q&A time. Choir members will let you guys dismiss down to the sanctuary to sit in the pews. And church members, you are free. I say it's an open format. You are free to be here all night to observe choir practice, to watch and see. And at 7:15, we're going to have a Q&A time. This will be an opportunity for you guys to ask questions of Brian about who he is and what he does, or his testimony, whatever you guys want to ask him. We'll have a few minutes there for that. At 7:30, we're going to transition back to the gym. We are offering a meal for everyone tomorrow night: barbecue sandwiches, potato chips, drinks, and a dessert. And so we'll have about 30 or so minutes back in the gym, or as time permits. It may go longer than that, but the goal is at 8 o'clock for Brian to be back in the sanctuary practicing with our band members. And so, again, you church members are free to stay and observe, come and participate as you would like. I encourage it. This whole night is an opportunity for you guys to get to observe, for you guys to get to see Brian in action, for you guys to have an opportunity to make more of an informed decision this Sunday. And so this Sunday, Brian will be here leading in worship. And then after the service, we will go directly into a called conference specifically for the purpose of voting on Brian as our next worship and choir leader. And so I ask you to be praying about everything this week. Pray for him personally. Pray for our church. Pray for the decisions to be made. Pray that God's hand be on this entire process. And then I want to give you two more tidbits of information, and I'm done. This past Sunday, we voted on the 2023 budget. Two things that were meant to be mentioned. One I was going to mention, and another I think Sandy wanted to point out to everybody, and we both just forgot, was this. Number one, in the budget, the music minister's salary was expanded to $20,000 annually. That number reflects the agreed upon salary for Brian in this position between he and the search committees and the process thus far. And so we won't have to amend the budget for Brian to come on board. I think he's planning to start immediately if the church does vote him in. And so that's already there. It kind of streamlined the process. Second thing that was that needed to be pointed out, and we forgot, was at the bottom of the proposed budget there was a note to move $1,800 from our general fund into a designated fund to help pay for Wednesday night meals. Wednesday night meals began as Shane feeding the kids and youth. And over the time of that happening, more and more people have begun to participate, and in doing so, the cost has went up. And Shane's youth budget has been absorbing the majority of that cost, and so the church is setting aside some money, and we're also making those meals available to adults. And so over the next few weeks, we'll start advertising the menu, what's going to be available. We will start setting out a donation pan back in the gym, and if you want to contribute, throw a couple of dollars in the plate, it would certainly be appreciated. This will be a thing where we'll just keep up and move with it as it grows. It's certainly exciting for me, for our church family, to want to be together and want to sit down and have a meal and fellowship together on a weekly basis. I think it's an incredible opportunity, and so that's going to be happening, and I just want to make you informed on that moving forward. So hey, I've went a lot longer than I anticipated, but I wanted to make sure you were informed about everything this week. I love you guys. I'm praying for you. We do have a little bit of sickness moving through some of the membership of the church right now, and so I encourage you to be in prayer for everybody and check on everybody around you and love on one another. I hope to see you tomorrow night for this night in our church, and God bless you, and have a good rest of this week. Go Dogs.